Hello, everyone, and live from Blandon, Pennsylvania. I'm Sister Vassa, and I'm here with a special guest, and this is a surprise video. I am on the road in the United States, and I wasn't planning on doing a video, but here we are. We decided with Anastasia, a prominent Zillionet, and also an Orthodox YouTuber, who's going to discuss with us her journey. She is Greek Orthodox and is from a Greek Orthodox priest's family.
Mm-hmm.
We're here in their lovely home in Pennsylvania, and we're going to be discussing what kind of, I guess, inspiration and the role that faith plays in the life of this young woman next to me, and how it was and is being Greek Orthodox or Orthodox Christian. I'm going to be talking about in my talk today at the St. Matthew's Greek Orthodox Church here about what is Orthodoxy. So that's actually something that we're going to be discussing, that term and how we identify as Orthodox Christians or just Orthodox sometimes. Anyway, we're going to be talking to Anastasia. Do not despair. She will be allowed to talk after a certain time. This is part of her initiation ritual. So I'm sorry about the mix-up with the link today, because something happened and it's all Anastasia's fault.
It is. Mea culpa.
It has nothing to do with me.
No.
It is entirely her fault. I don't have the crew to blame today since I'm on the road here. But it's been wonderful, and I have to say I really love this family of the Nicolaudakises. They have been close to our show for several years now, and I'm glad finally to see their home and their home parish. If you are in this area, by the way, even though there's only about an hour and a half left, or even almost just an hour left until my talk at St. Matthew's Church, do come. This is a very unique parish, St. Matthew's. It is here in Blandon, Pennsylvania. If you want the details, check out my speaking schedule at coffeewithsistervassa.com. Find speaking schedule, and you will see the address. If you have time spontaneously to come, if you weren't planning to, come. It is a parish with a prison ministry that does minister to, to people who are in prison and people who have recently come out of prison. So this is a very unique kind of, I would say, vocation of this parish, and also opens its doors just to different kinds of people. It is not ethnocentric in any way. All right, so I just want to see who's with us, and then we'll be talking to Anastasia and find out more about her. Okay, so I just want to quickly say hi. Do you want to say hi?
Hello, everybody. Now my sister is here and my dog Sasha, they're sitting on the side, and my mom and dad are busy, but it's good to see you all. I'm not in the chat this time.
Do check out Anastasia's channel. The link is provided under this video. But see, Anastasia has these, here's just a screenshot of one of her videos. They're really very well made. So I think there's nothing like it. I didn't even know that she's been doing this. She's been very sneaky about it.
Yeah.
Apparently I have new competition.
Watch out.
And yeah, watch out. She talks a little bit like me.
We were talking about
I had nothing to do with it, though. It just, I think we have certain brain cells, or, our brain is wired a little bit in the same way.
Yeah.
And so she makes videos how she's getting ready for church. I don't know. I have seen now not very many of them, but she sings. She has a beautiful voice. We were at the Akathist hymn yesterday evening here in the church, St. Matthew's, and she and her sister, another sister of hers, here we have Stefania with us. Have you said hi to our zillions of viewers yet? You want to stick your head in and say hi? They all look alike. Can you see that they all look a lot alike? And I have trouble distinguishing all the siblings. There's many of them.
Yeah.
All right, my friends. So we will begin a conversation with Anastasia. I told you she's a civil engineer. She works for the water department. She has a very responsible, very good job. in the city of Philadelphia. Highly educated woman. I feel a little bit intimidated here. She's good at numbers and the sciences, everything that is very difficult for me. So we will be hearing from her. I just want to say hello to you nice people. Thanks for your patience for hanging in there despite the technical difficulties. So Bisrate Gabriel, he can see us all, he says. Thomas Weber, thank you for being with us. Genevieve, also she was at the previous link that wasn't working. Yeah. Thomas Weber, he says, I am here, a Roman Catholic from Milwaukee. Thanks for joining us, you too, Thomas Weber. It's good to have you. So, J-Man is with us saying hello. You say hello as well.
Hello.
I say goodbye.
Yeah, you say goodbye.
You say goodbye.
And I'll say hello.
So, Anastasia will be singing for us today. And we do look forward to that. No, she does all these very original things. She draws. There's also... Anyway, check out the link, like I said, to these great videos. It's a strange link. The link should be modified, but do not be discouraged. Just follow the link and you will find her excellent videos. They're very high tech. She even does a double of herself where she talks to another Anastasia. I don't even know how that's done. I don't think I'm going to try it because one of me is already a little bit much. But she does do two Anastasias. It's very clever. Yvonne, hello Yvonne from Luxembourg. She says, here you are again. I guess she saw us in both. I don't know. People were saying they couldn't see us. So just forgive.
Yeah, we had difficulties.
We had difficulties. Josh Heller. Hello, Josh. It's good to see you. Hello, Sister and Anastasia. See you shortly. J-Man, this is the first time I got to you live. Okay. Dimitra Nightingale, 1962. Good to see you. Dimitra Papadopoulos. Hi from Australia. My sister is named Anastasia and we are Greek Orthodox.
Yay!
All right. Hi from the UK. That's J-Man. Hello, J-Man.
Hi, J-Man.
Excuse me. Mortis Pithlord. Hi from UK. Hello. I don't think you've been with us before. All right, everybody, hang in there. We are going to begin our discussion.
Yes.
Declan and Cynthia are with us. Great to see you, beloved people. Go to St. Matthew's Greek Orthodox Church GoFundMe page if you can't make it to this event where I'm speaking in about an hour from now. Okay? GoFundMe. I have to put that in. Okay, we will begin.
Right. You can take that link down.
We can take the link down. This is Anastasia's link. Check out her videos. You will not regret it. And then watch mine.
Yeah, where's Palamas?
First watch mine. Yeah. Okay, so for St. Gregory Palamas, I have to mention this, is celebrated tomorrow according to the Byzantine liturgical calendar in the structure of Lent. I will just briefly say we have a Coffee with Sister Vassa video about St. Gregory Palamas. So please, I'm taking down the link. Just check out that video if you want to hear about St. Gregory Palamas and his very important teaching on the divine energies of the Holy Spirit, otherwise known as grace, okay, and how we participate in grace, not only spiritually, but physically in the sacraments of the church, in our physical and spiritual, intellectual, engaging the whole human being reality that is the grace-filled life of the church. Not blocked from us, open to us. We're invited, soul and body, mind, whatever your anthropology is. We are entirely, the entire person is invited to engage and to share in God's being. He shares his being with us. Okay? That's what we're doing during Lent. St. Gregory Palamas articulated a lot of that. It's not invented, of course, by St. Gregory Palamas, but he did a lot to bring that reality into words, to express it in words. So just like Lent covers the other basics of our faith and church life, like a catechism, if we weren't properly catechized, Lent brings us back to basics and we review them or we discover them if we didn't know about them in the first place. Watch the video. It's brief, just 10 minutes, but you get the basics of the teaching of St. Gregory Palamas and why we celebrate his memory during Lent. All right, so Anastasia,
No.
I remembered that you are with us.
Yeah.
So
I'm here.
I've already said that you, professionally, you are a civil engineer.
Mhm.
And I'd like to ask you about how you feel on a daily basis. Is it okay if I ask you how old you are?
I'm 26. I'll
Even
be
though I
27
already
this
know.
year. Yeah.
So you're 26 and you'll
Mhm.
be 27.
Yep.
So you graduated from college already several years ago.
Yeah, it'll be 5 years coming up. So
With a degree in civil engineering,
Mhm.
and you got this excellent job,
Yeah,
and you live in the city of
I
Philadelphia.
do. Yep. Mhm.
And you are single.
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
She's single.
Single.
And so this is a demographic in the Orthodox Church. Women in their mid-20s, single, and are you active in a church parish
I am.
in Philadelphia?
Yeah. Mhm. It's just outside Philadelphia in Upper Darby. I go to an Antiochian parish.
Antiochian parish.
Yes, Antiochian Orthodox Church. And I've been there pretty much since I graduated. I met the priest during college in Orthodox Christian Fellowship, which is a campus ministry, and I really connected with him. And I have a good fellowship with the people there. I feel like I have obviously my family here, but I feel like my church family feels like a home away from home. They're people that I can, not only the priest and his family, but also other people there that they feel like my siblings or my like aunts and uncles or stuff like that.
So you wouldn't say that you lead like a lonely existence?
No, yeah.
And you have fellowship in your church. And what do you? I already said to our viewers that you sing in church.
Yeah, I am a part of the choir and also help at the chanting stand at my church. We were talking last night a little bit too about how in my church growing up we didn't necessarily have a choir, so I'd sing regardless if they didn't. I'd just sing in the pews, but I guess I'm loud enough that they want to like me to help booster the choir. So
you like to sing loud.
Yeah.
When I was at the Akathia service yesterday, I noticed, and I often notice this in a Greek church where there's that chant, the Byzantine chant, that one sees people singing really from the heart, not only in a Greek church, but it's nice to observe that and to pray in that setting. So you have told me off camera that you started this YouTube channel and why you started it. Maybe you'll share with our viewers something about how you feel professionally these days at your job, which is it's a good job, but some kind of maybe apathy that you've been feeling at your job, and maybe you could share with the viewers how you've been working through this, and how it's connected also with your creating YouTube videos.
Yeah, so like we were talking off camera, I've been working for the water department now since I graduated, almost 5 years, and it's a great workplace. The people are really awesome, and it is a civil service. I'm providing drinking water to a lot of people, but within the last 2 years especially, I've been feeling a lot of apathy at work, and I'm not sure how much of it is a combination of like idleness or despondency or both, but sometimes it's just really hard to focus, and I don't like that feeling. So as a outlet, I decided I would do these videos to kind of have a creative outlet and something that I need to get done, and a sense of accomplishment, and something that I'm working towards to do, and also kind of putting myself out there, trying to think about the strengths that I do have and the things that I can share with other people that's helpful, which sometimes is my singing and sometimes is just my quirkiness, I guess, too. But also, I didn't mention this last night, but over this summer, I think also what really initiated it, I was thinking of this for a while, but there were a couple people in my parish, like younger people, like in their 30s, who passed away this year for certain medical reasons and stuff. And I noticed, like, while they were sick, what I wanted to do. I wanted to sing for them since I couldn't be with them physically. So I would sing and like record it and then like have a nice picture behind it and then send it to them and their families to listen to. Though both times,
Really?
yeah. Both times I did it, I wanted the person to hear it and their family, but both times I did it, by the time I posted it, they had already passed. So it ended up being a ministry, I guess, to the family. But I guess I was praying and singing.
Is this the correct link?
Wait, no,
There's an M missing. And then it's right?
Yep, yeah. That's it.
Okay, we're putting up the link in the chat because somebody asked me to.
Yeah. They weren't asking about the GoFundMe link, right? Because I don't know what that one off the top of my head.
Maybe that's what they were asking about. So I don't know the GoFundMe, but it's called St. Matthew's Greek Orthodox Church. Right. If you find that, you found it.
Right. I don't have my phone with me.
Anyway, look, I have the wrong video up now. It's the chat video. Oh. It's got a delay. All right. Anyway, so you go on to you're talking about the singing,
right?
And you have covered the ground of doing the videos to do something creative,
right?
Because you didn't feel challenged at work.
No, and I was also like having a lot of negative thoughts about myself. So like having an accomplishment of things that I'm doing, and also trying to focus on my strengths and things that I do know and that I can share with other people. So that's part of what that video series is for. And it's mainly kind of selfishly for myself, and I only am really planning to do it for 1 year. But I have like a fun system going, and I think I just posted my 29th video.
29th video, wow.
Yeah. Well, 29 weeks. It's a little more than 29 videos because I did extra. But
so you just, does it feel like you're doing work that's meaningless somehow, or that it's not really what you want to do? What do you think is, not quite clear to you about it?
Because in my head, I know it's not meaningless. I know that it's a civil service, what I'm doing. But I guess when I'm there, sometimes I feel like the actual work I'm accomplishing, I don't feel like the feedback of like knowing that it's really helping a lot of people. Sometimes.
You don't get feedback from your bosses?
Yeah, they tend to be sometimes really busy because they have a lot of stuff going on. They're like, again, really awesome people when I talk with them, but sometimes they have so many meetings that I need to self-motivate, and I'm not feeling self-motivated sometimes to do things.
And then you make a video. Does it make you feel better? Because you're just sharing things you do know about. You're a priest's daughter, so is that a sexist thing somehow?
No.
Because that's why I don't know. You do read about your faith. You read books.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You share things.
I watch your channel, so I learn things that way.
That's where
all the good
everything she knows
is from here.
Actually is from Coffee with Sister Vassa. Yeah. Okay, wait. Both links. Cynthia says we want both.
Yeah.
LOL. Genevieve says, okay, I don't know. We made a funny.
Yeah.
Okay, so we don't have the link to. Anyway, if you go to GoFundMe. There's such a thing as GoFundMe, right? It's one word, I think. Mm-hmm. And then you just do a search for St. Matthew's Greek Orthodox Church.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, because there's not very many St. Matthew's Greek Orthodox churches in the United States. So if you search that, if you Google GoFundMe and St. Matthew's Greek Orthodox Church, it should come up.
Look, Daniela Strubak, I think, sorry if I'm mispronouncing Daniela. She writes to you, Anastasia, at the end of my thesis, I wish I lived a monastic life to have time to write and prepare. I get your work frustrations, Anastasia. Happy and meaningful Lent, everyone.
Oh, thank you, yeah.
And Cynthia says, being a young woman at a job is hard. Hang in there. I remember, she says.
Thank you.
I find it fascinating. And you do this creative thing that's not related really to your engineering directly, right? But you feel that you've accomplished something. You said to me yesterday, right? That when you make the video, and you have something, it's a little different, right? Tapping into your artistic capabilities.
Yeah.
Because I find that as well. When I started making my videos, I felt I wanted to apply that which was very academic in a different setting. I wanted to apply it in a more artistic way. And there's a lot of, one can philosophize about what art is.
Right.
And how it is that we can follow our vocation in that particular, I don't even know what to call it, within that phenomenon that is exposing yourself in some artistic form.
Right. Yeah.
So, apprentice of it all. Hi, sister. It is me, Erasmus. Oh, hello, Erasmus. It's good to see you here. So, when you had to move from here, from your parents' home, to Philadelphia.
Right. Yeah.
And you, I suppose, had a large choice of churches.
Yeah.
Or parishes.
Philadelphia has like some 15 or some Orthodox churches in the area, so there's a lot
15.
to pick from. Yeah.
So for the folks at home who might not know, in the Orthodox Church, we have many jurisdictions. Is that a fun word? It's like autocephaly.
Yeah.
You get to say these fun words
Nice and big.
in the Orthodox Church, right? Autocephaly, prokimenon, and all of these fun words.
Yeah.
So Orthodox babies, when they're born, these are their first words.
Yes. Before mama or daddy. Yeah.
Or was that just me?
Yeah.
Oh, baby's first words. The force is strong in this one, they said. So, how did you go about this?
So, my first semester while I was there, I kind of did exploring all the Orthodox churches in Philly. I would try to go almost every week to a new Orthodox church to kind of feel out where I felt God's presence the most and where I felt more comfortable. Because I've obviously been at my dad's church most of my life. And I, as a PK, met...
A PK, everybody who doesn't know, is a priest kid.
Yes.
Now, Anastasia is a priest kid, and so am I.
Yeah.
So we have that in common.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But so as a PK, I've also, met a whole bunch of other
Can
priests.
everybody hear her well?
Is that
If
okay?
you can't hear how she's... so that I want everybody to hear what you're saying. Better late than never, says Bob. Bob has joined us. Bob, we were waiting for you and wondering where you are.
Yeah.
All right, so you found us.
Yeah.
All right, go on. Sorry.
No, it's okay. Yeah.
Everybody, you know the way it is.
Yeah.
I have trouble letting somebody else talk. All right, so go on.
Yeah. So
she was shopping around for churches in Philadelphia.
Yep.
I'm translating. I don't know why. We don't know why, everybody.
It's very important translation. Yes, but so as a PK, I've met a lot of other priests in a lot of other jurisdictions growing up. So I kind of had a feel of the different kind of traditions. But I just wanted to make sure I was going somewhere where I felt comfortable, and that I felt like my joy of singing sometimes loudly would not be in the way of the parish that I was attending.
But she does have a very nice voice. It's not one of those people who has a lot of joy in singing, but people don't experience a lot of joy in hearing it.
Yeah, I am. And I can also pray quietly, but I know as part of my spiritual life, that's definitely something that I enjoy to do. Yeah, and we were also talking about growing up in the house that we're in right now. When I was younger, I'd go outside and I would think that because I couldn't see anybody.
You can see the house.
Yeah.
See it there,
Tour
a lovely
of the
house. Tour of the house. See, it's really nice. And I'll show you just a little bit. See, Stefania has escaped to the kitchen. And see what I love. And it's a very musical family. There is not only a piano, but drum set here. Do you see that? Is that you, Anastasia, who played? George is her brother. So anyway, okay, we're coming. Oh, but I do have to show you one. Anastasia, come with me and continue your story. We're having a solemn procession through the house. We can sing something. Look at this lovely icon. I've never seen. I haven't seen it before, and you guys, sorry. Isn't that a lovely icon? This Christ icon right here. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm trying my best not to. That's actually, that's sort of, I'm trying hard not to obscure Christ. That's like an objective, a pastoral objective deep. That every pastor in the church, did I just say I'm a pastor? No. But for pastoral work, everybody, that's something that one should have on a Post-it, right?
That's very true. Very deep.
Yeah, it's very deep.
Yeah,
very deep.
Very deep.
See, I thought that just came out.
Yeah.
That was not scripted.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, beautiful icon.
Yeah.
Here we have the doggy. Yeah. We will return to the... All right, look at the dog. All right, here we go.
We'll go back.
Yeah, we're going with Anastasia.
Hello,
everybody.
Yeah.
Okay, so Marcy says she loves the tour.
Okay, good. I'm glad you're
And so, Anastasia, we want to hear more about...
Right.
Okay, everybody,
so
listen.
in this house, growing up, I would go outside, and very often, unlike the city where I am now, there's not really anyone out in the street, and it's pretty open. So I would be out as a little kid and be like, oh, I can't see anybody, so obviously no one can see or hear me, right? That's obviously how that works. So I would go out and just like sing all my feelings and like
To a tree, no?
Yeah, to a tree back in the backyard.
I have a big tree, and she would sing to it.
Yeah, I would sing and just be like, la, la, la. And obviously, everyone could hear me. I now realize that. But singing in general has been a release for me.
So you wanted to find a parish where you could sing.
Yeah, even if it's
that
not
was
in the
one
choir.
of your considerations.
Right.
Okay, so let's continue that.
Yeah.
So what other considerations? You said you wanted to find a parish where you feel comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
One thing was singing.
Yeah.
Was there something else that would be uncomfortable for you?
Yeah, so, and there are, different kinds of parishes and different kinds of people. And I definitely, one of my...
In what ways?
In that there are people who are more... How can I say this? Sometimes thinking of more like from a perspective of that sometimes women aren't allowed to be chanters or in the choir. That doesn't happen very often.
In some parishes, they can't be chanters. Like where can't women can't be chanters?
Yeah, it's not as frequent, I think, in the States. But like in some kind of more ethnocentric kind of
ethnocentric.
Yeah. I tend to notice that kind of stuff. There's usually women singing, but at the chanter stand, I know that's not always a commonplace thing. I have a...
they can sing, but they can't stand in a certain place? No, people don't know about this, so you could say it.
Yeah, so sometimes...
this is, everybody, informative,
right?
Not reformative.
Yeah.
Well, it can be reformative, but it doesn't pretend to be. It's informative.
Right, and it's just...
Because she's crippled by fear, and when she even starts to talk about this, she's like...
I get a little nervous, yeah.
I wonder why that is.
Yeah.
So, anyway, you didn't want to be at a parish where you couldn't sing.
Right, and even if I was singing in just the pews, I don't mind doing that. But as long as me singing was not an issue, that I could sing along... I grew up in a place where, like, parish participation was a thing. And sometimes the parish participation is kind of frowned upon, and the people who know what they're doing are supposed to be the only ones kind of leading. But I wanted a place where I could feel free to worship in the way that, with my voice.
So you were power hungry.
Yes, obviously, I just wanted to eat all the power. No, yeah, I don't.
Sometimes when you say something like that, because, there were people that know what they're doing, so you're not supposed to, because they lead, and you say, I wanted to participate, and then sometimes it's articulated as some kind of a power struggle of women in the church, and that's obviously not what you're talking about.
No,
you need to sing to God.
Right.
And in other forms, I find that fascinating, because that to say something like that, like, I feel that my praise to God I can't offer to Him because of some of the systemic issues.
Right.
It's not a power issue. It's not an issue of even egalitarian issues. It's not a political issue.
Right.
It's an issue of vocation, of being able to respond to God's call, to praise Him, to serve Him, to participate in His grace fully. And so if that is hindered, then it's a pastoral issue. Like, if you were to be in a parish where you can't participate, would that be good for you, say, humbling? You know what I'm saying? That's the pastoral issue.
Yeah.
Or would it just make you wilt because you need to sing?
Right. Yeah. It helps me a lot. Yeah. And I think too, like, there are other things like, I guess we were talking about this too, like, as a PK, sometimes as a priest kid, there's like a perspective growing up that even though, like, my family environment and my church environment is very supportive, I'm also exposed to other communities where it might not be as supportive. And so, like, that I've...
Supportive in what way?
It's supportive in that, like, like hearing about people who have gone to seminary, women who have gone to seminary, and that they've done hard work, or even if they know something very well, but sometimes that their opinion isn't like acknowledged sometimes, or like that if they bring it up, they're kind of thought as like secondary. And so I
like what? In what kind of an issue? Why would this even happen? Just give us an example.
Yeah, I mean, it can, like, I feel like the women in the church, they're usually known for cooking, right? Or like bringing the flowers in or something.
Is that true in your church?
In my church, it is. And well,
what do you mean by your church?
This is because there's some non-Orthodox people here too. That's also a very interesting question. So, they're not in. That's hard, right? So
I'm known for bad cooking at coffee headquarters.
Right? Yeah. So I'm also not a big cook. I can make koliva and some things, but it's great when you know how to cook something or you bring flowers in. But for some reason, in a lot of other parishes, that tends to be pegged as a woman thing to do and not like just generically for anyone. Like you can be a man and bring in flowers, or you could bring in hospital.
Be looked upon like, why isn't he married?
Right. That's
he's already 36. I don't know. This is perhaps. So you think, okay.
But then like sometimes, not in my parish growing up, but in some other places, and things are changing.
Not anybody we know.
Right. But
but we heard about this.
Right.
It happens.
Right. Like sometimes people, like there aren't women on parish council, or the women's group is known for their bake sales and the money that they do, but not like actual ministry in the church, like prayers or like that kind of thing. Like that's what.
But what has this concretely, happened to you that something, well, like an issue? What do you mean, like of translations of maybe something like this? Of the, in the English-speaking world, everybody, there could be, say, even in the choir or somewhere, right, a discussion or a suggestion about the English translation, right, that you use.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Is this something?
Yeah. So I know that like I prefer yous instead of these and thous, and like the parish that I'm in, I know the priest is pretty supportive if I bring it up, but because I've heard...
You prefer what?
Yous as opposed to these and thous. So like
you rather than the and thou.
Modern English as opposed to like King James version of English.
Mm-hmm.
And I've also like come to realize that like some people, that's a preference thing, but I like speaking in the most common form. I mean, not too common, but anyways, I'm not going to go into that. But
she's obviously a radical liberal.
Radical, yeah. But,
radical modernist.
Yeah, and so when I left my dad's church, where I knew that like I could voice my opinions, whatever, I felt like I had to be more cautious about what I talked about, even though like my current parish priest is not like that, but I still feel that defensiveness, because there are other people that if I said, oh, I'd like to like use these or thous, or I don't want to use these or thous, I want to say you, and sometimes when I'm chanting, I do like slip a you into it. I know that there are some places where potentially someone could come out and like reprimand me for changing the text that's in front of me, or something like that.
Not because you're a woman, though, right? Because you're disagreeing with what's accepted there.
Yeah,
right? Or do you think it's because, you're somehow not? Do you think it's because people think because your brain is smaller that you can't know? Do you think it's that?
There are some, again, maybe not where I am right now, and that's part of the reason that I'm at the parish that I am, but there are some other places that, one, I haven't gone to seminary, right? I've not gone to school for this, but I do know women who have gone to seminary, and then sometimes people just don't want to talk about that in general, and it's more like seeing other women have those kind of issues where they've like done the research, or they want to help their parish grow in a certain way, or they want to do some kind of ministry that would help the priest or the community, but it seems like they don't want it done because
like what? Like
Like if they're doing like they're being in charge of a women's group or not a women's group, like just a group that is going to like help like visit hospital like people who are homebound or stuff like that, and that doesn't happen as often. I don't know. Maybe I should just stop. But there are people who I've seen who
The dog is
the
just
dog
coming
is
on.
here coming to give me comfort.
So you had no, but you have experienced something like this, yes? That it wasn't a door was not open
Right.
to to a certain kind of ministry, yes?
Right.
That you think would be
Right.
that one would feel called to do.
Right. And like so
As a woman.
Right. As a woman, I feel like, if you're a good Orthodox Christian, right? If you're a guy, they'll be like, oh, go to seminary and like become like a deacon or really a priest, because who wants to be a deacon long term? That's not a thing to do. But
what are deacons for anyway? But if they have a nice voice, we know what they're for.
Right, yeah. But
all deacons out there will be mad at me.
But so if you're a man, you get married to someone nice, you maybe become a priest or you become a monk. And then if you're a woman, like I get asked sometimes, oh, are you going to become a nun or are you going to be a presbytera or a priest wife? Like those are my two options. And like those are the only things that I can pick from to be like a follower of Christ. Like why can't I also try to reflect Christ at my workplace or something like that? And like so
well, there's some discomfort, and I meet a lot of young women who say things like this, sometimes a lot more forcefully, and are a lot more unhappy about it. Not all the time, but really very often. And there's a lot of discomfort talking about it when someone is a pious, church-going young woman that doesn't want to rock the boat. So it's some discomfort, some not,
right.
Not quite finding, a place to be herself,
right.
in a God-given way, not in some kind of a arrogant, usurping something that's not yours, or seeking something that's not supposed to be yours. It's just who you are. It's something you can share, and that's somehow doesn't feel like it's the right place to do it is church.
Yeah.
So, but
which is unfortunate.
Why don't you tell us quickly? We do have to go soon. Oh. That you had another interesting experience that you felt was there was work you were doing with this homeless outreach to the homeless.
Yeah.
And Anastasia had told me that it's not that you burned out, but it was too much for you. So tell us about it first of all.
Right.
What that was. And then why you sort of took a step back.
Yeah. So there's a ministry in Philadelphia called 12 Baskets Full in Philly.
12 Baskets Full?
In Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm. And who runs this?
It's kind of like the McGraw family kind of runs it at this point. They're the head people, and they communicate it to a bunch of people. And there are different parishes, thankfully, at this point, who help serve every week. So my parish does 1 week, and there's an Indian Orthodox church that does another week, and a Catholic church that does another week. So it's kind of getting people involved. And what we do is we come to a place in the middle of Philadelphia on Thursday nights, and we bring meals, packaged meals, and then a hot meal to the park. So out where it's accessible to anybody who wants to eat food, and we'll serve a meal. So that's what we do. And there's always usually enough people to serve the food proper, though that there is always need for more volunteers, which is great. But I found that that what the food is important, but usually there are also people who are coming and just want to talk afterwards. Most of the people are there for a food, but they're also there for a smile or just someone to greet them and say hello. And so afterwards, I'm sometimes just talking to people and listening. I get some people who are talking about their own faith, and knowing that I'm a Christian just I sometimes I wonder if they're expecting me to like have some kind of rebuttal, and that whatever I say might not be exactly what they want to hear. But so then I just try to listen, because I'm not sure sometimes if they have Christian people out about that just listen to what they want to say instead of just shutting them down all the time. But then there are also people who come and will really make me smile too and ask for prayers and stuff. But I noticed that there was a lot of emotional drain on me from listening to so many people, and sometimes as a
listening about
like
various,
right, whether it's what's going on in their life, or they're talking about their faith base, and not any answer that I give. Sometimes I feel like maybe it is because I'm a woman that they don't really like take what I say as powerfully. It might also be the way that I speak and come across. That's also...
We find that we speak a little bit in the same way.
Yeah,
so that's... a little bit reluctant to finish a sentence,
right.
And a little bit apologetic.
Right,
about,
so maybe
it's
that
a priest-daughter thing, but is it an Orthodox woman thing?
I don't know.
Like, okay, sorry for saying this, but
right.
sorry for choosing this topic.
Yeah.
So we've been discussing that. I find it very interesting.
Yeah.
It's a little bit similar.
Mm-hmm.
So I love that I'm not the only one,
Yeah.
Whatever condition it is that we suffer from, it's similar. But it's lovely to hear about that, and it's very interesting that you had this insight that was, maybe for whatever reason, time to take a step back.
Yeah.
Even doing good things, that are good. Objectively speaking, but maybe too much for us.
Mm-hmm.
It's so that we don't burn out,
mm-hmm.
Or being overexposed
right.
to people sharing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
There is such a thing as oversharing, or taking on burdens of others that we can't. Right. So that happens, and we don't always recognize it. Yeah. But that's very interesting. It's interesting, that you had to, instead of people pleasing, you had the wisdom to take a step back.
Yeah, because if I didn't, I would keep people pleasing, and it would not be
So we'll just look at a few comments here, my friends. Genevieve says, "Thanks for sharing these things, Anastasia. You've covered so many things I think about, and I can see it's not an easy topic." All right, thanks for chiming in, our friends. There's Matt, who joined us to tell us that God ain't real.
Oh, okay. I don't believe that.
No, but define real, right?
Oh, that's true.
What is real for Matt? Thanks for joining us, Matt. That's an insight we haven't heard yet this morning.
That's true.
So, Father Dimitrios is here. Do you know what, Father? Father Dimitrios has arrived. We're supposed to be leaving for my talk. Instead, we're having this with you, beloved people, here. Thanks, Anastasia. So Anastasia's covered a lot of ground. We hope to see some more of her. Please watch her. Really, I'm a little bit jealous of her. They're really superior to anything you'll ever see on my channel. I can barely figure out how to turn this on. So it's really wonderful. You'll find the link under this video, but we'll put it up right here in conclusion. Here's the link. It's a weird link.
Yeah, it's a weird link.
You don't have to wrap your mind around it. It's intriguing. Dawn's Tower.
Yeah.
So, look for YouTube and then /Dawn's Tower. You have to. It's not easy to find, actually, but if all of you zillions go and start watching it regularly, then it'll be easier to find, actually. But it's really worth watching. Watch her videos, binge watch her videos, okay? And make comments and supportive comments, okay? So, where did Matt go, who told us that God isn't real? Anyway, Matt, join us again in the future. God ain't real. Anyway, all right. Well, we have to go.
Yeah,
Sophia Bennett.
Yeah.
Go.
No, thank you, Sophia. I will. All those marriage proposals. I will watch out. I know that's a thing, right?
Oh, Sophia said you're going to be flooded with marriage proposals.
Did you see that video? Orthodox woman, perfect. That's a crazy phenomenon.
Okay.
But thanks.
Gregory Bedard. Good morning, Anastasia. Genevieve, bye, sister.
Yeah. Thanks,
Orthodox
Marcy.
women are a silent, strong, hardworking power. Says. I find
There are a
oh,
lot of strong,
it's
hardworking Orthodox women. I really appreciate all of you. So thank you. And I know you have much more eloquent
I think
things
we're
to
getting
say.
disturbing comments from Matt at this point.
Yeah.
So, all right. So listen. So you guys, we have to say goodbye to you, our beloved zillions and zillionettes. Uh, yeah, I know. I got him, Ivan Kuchik, our friend Ivan. Um, well, it's no, but Matt was talking about killing, so everybody don't get upset that we've removed Matt, but he said something violent, so that's why. All right, listen, Anastasia, it's so lovely to. I really wish that Anastasia could come and work at Coffee headquarters. So maybe that. Well, we'll see how your job situation goes. Maybe we can lure her over because I think that she would be a really good addition. Why can't I see the video that's not on delay?
Oh, I don't know.
So everybody, we're going. If you're on the road to come to my talk, you're not seeing this. Well, we'll see. But do go to GoFundMe. Find a way to support St. Matthew's, very unique parish. There's nothing like it really that I've ever seen. Very heartfelt services there and outreach to the community, to all types, even misfits, as you see on this show. Are welcome there. All right, everybody. We're saying goodbye. You have already said goodbye here.
We're avoiding closure.
Part of our family of zillions. Join the family of zillions. Also, if you haven't considered doing this yet, subscribe to our very fun audio podcasts on Patreon. And our little show needs your support as well. Before Anastasia lures you over to only watch her show, I would like you also to visit Patreon. Consider it because we need your support to stay afloat. Maybe we could even hire somebody as qualified as Anastasia here. Juliet and Rasul and Fathi, our international mix of assistants, I love you, and you know, we always welcome more help. You people are amazing as well. I have to say that because they might be watching.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Oh, watching. Look. Actually, I didn't look. Matthew is back. I don't know what I did. I thought that. All right, Matt.
That comment.
Anyway, we love you, Matt. We love you, Matt. He said you guys talk too much. Thank you, Matt. We know. We know, Matt. All right, everybody. So, 1 second. What happens then? You just remove that comment?
I think you're just removing the comment, yeah.
Okay. Okay, everybody, we do have to, you know, when we start saying goodbye, when I start saying goodbye, that's just the beginning of a whole other part. Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye,
have
everybody.
A blessed continuation of Lent. Yeah. Join us on Patreon right here. Do not hesitate. Do it now. And you will find perfect happiness. All right? Goodbye. Goodbye.
Goodbye, everybody.
I have to figure out how to turn it off. We love you.
Bye.
Where is it? No, this.
I'll distract you.
Oh, this is it?
Vassa
Stop
figures it out.